Hello and welcome to All Talk No Dice, the worst excuse for a D&D show you can find online. Before we start, we just want to thank everyone who checked out our Space Pirate one-shot last week. We had a pretty fucking amazing time and we hope you did as well. But, from last we left off, the Companions of Fate all collected together as a full weird family unit. Gerald came back with Braum in better condition than when you left him. However, Pop Pop was still out of commission until an argument ensued before Braum smashed the small suspicious red gem under his new great hammer, and life flowed back into Pop Pop and you all panicked, rushing to his side, finding out he's okay, and then leaving him to rest and sleep. Theron spent some time with Olivia to bake some bread and reminisce over memories nearly forgotten, and then spoke of the future, including Olivia's place on a council, as well as her passion project to set up her own bakery within Girolf. Gerald spent some time with Braum in the small hovel, catching up and hurling cards onto the sleeping or passed out wanderers. Then Terra made sure to test her new shape-changing ability to give some well-overdue justice to Darius Princeton the Tough before joining the rest of the group. Now, as the sun rises on a new day, you all begin to stir and the smell is plain and homely. It's comforting to all of you. With plans and ideas on your mind, you open your eyes wide to glimpse across a small hovel full of wanderers, just before you all head to the keep to join Theron for a very comfortable family breakfast, beginning the discussion of the happenings of the near future. And this is where we pick it up. So, just as Theron and Gerald, as you're sat around with Terra and Red, all enjoying part of their breakfast with Braum there, just inhaling most of the food, is there anything you want to do or talk about?
So, Theron,
Yeah,
and are we having a look around this castle? Doing a bit of a loot?
imagine that. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Surely there's something interesting around here.
Well, there's always the vault.
You just see Red just like pick up a head at that and like just look at you, Theon, for a second, then at you, Gerald.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look at the vault, but my dad kind of just, went down already and had a look.
Oh, fuck. I'll just go towards the vault.
Okay, Gerald, what are you doing?
I gotta look at it, I was just like, well, looks like the vault it is.
I mean, I'm sure there's some things down there, maybe.
Red, you're coming with us.
Okay. And as Terra and Red both sort of nudge their chairs back and begin to follow you just through a series of hallways, Braum just shouts to you, Gerald. And what am I doing? Am I finishing your breakfast as well?
Oh, have my share. Go grab Pop Pop as well. I'm sure he's confused of where he is.
You are so gorgeous. Thank you. And he just like takes a big plate full of breakfast stuffs and just wanders out the front door. So, Theron and Gerald, you both head down to the vault within the keep. Theron, you know the way to get down through all of the numerous hallways and staircases that lead further and further down. And at one point you do just turn around just to see Gerald, and behind Gerald you do not see Red or Terra.
Well, shit.
What? Oh, shit. Oh, well, they'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll catch up with them. They're probably going to do some stuff.
But you will get down to the vault, and you are greeted by a gargantuan space. The space itself is almost capped off after about 20 feet or so of open floor, of hard stone mason floor. You see this incredible, almost emerald-coloured wall and large vault door with heavy set, like the on vaults where you have the wheel where you rotate. That is solid gold with like platinum handles against this emerald door.
Theron's just biting it.
Oh, it's real.
Jeez,
Right.
my dad went all out on this fucking thing, didn't he?
If the door is worth that, what does it hold?
Probably nothing because of her fucking dad.
Well,
Go on, this is
surely
more
this
your
extreme
forte
stuff.
than mine. How'd you open these things?
well, assuming it's already unlocked, I'm just gonna push or pull the door, whichever one it seems, if there's hinges.
Okay,
We'll try to steer the big wheel.
you see the hinges on the outside. So
Okay,
as
so I'll
you
pull it towards me.
as Theron, you begin to like try and turn the wheel as Gel pulls. Can both of you
Strength
roll
check?
strength checks for me? Yeah.
Yeah! I'll get like 2. Oh,
Alright,
I actually got 2.
Nice.
Plus 1,
16.
3.
Okay. So, Gerald, you feel like a slight nudge like towards you, just as you feel it just catch on something, and you look through the large gap as you see Theron just trying to turn the wheel, having no success. You see the large metal bolt latches that are usually jammed in to the frame are still there just a bit and catching on the frame.
Oh, sorry, pulled it too fast. I'm gonna push it back in so it's not, the friction on it. And then I'll use Mage Hands to help Theron turn it.
Okay, just as you push it closed fully, you just... And as you do, Theron, you feel your arm just latch off as the wheel just begins spinning.
Yeah, that's the strength I wield.
And then, as it continues to spin anti-clockwise, it just goes...
Okay, do you need a hand holding this?
Probably.
Right, come on, together then. Go!
As no rolls needed, as both of you attempt to pull and twist and try and open this, nothing budges. It is as solid as stone. You feel that after a couple seconds of thinking about what you just saw, it's fully locked now.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, I don't know the code, so... And if we just locked whoever was there in... Oh, no. Well, we would have known how to get in to get out, so... You know what? I can't be arsed with this. You can stay if you want.
I was just sort of debating other thing. What is the surrounding walls like? Do they look just normal?
It's weird because the floor is like masoned slabs and stonework, whereas the exterior walls are just natural stone.
Okay. I mean,
plus, let's be honest, Manny's probably already got the stuff and he's probably already done one.
Entirely true. I mean, how attached to the surrounding area are you?
I mean, don't bring the fucking house down.
Then I've got no plans.
Just at that point, Theron, as you're looking around and debating with Gerald on how much you want to landscape, a small thing does catch your eye, just a small little shadow about yay big just catches your glimpse. So, like, almost with the lighting here, it's almost like an unnatural shadow at an unnatural angle on one side of the door.
I'll use Firebolt, but I'll purposely miss wherever the shadow was, but near to.
Okay, you and just launch a firebolt that hits the door and just
What was that?
Don't know, I saw a shadow, so I checked a Firebolt. Makes sense.
Could that have not just been red?
Could have been anyone. Well, either way, they're not getting into the vault. So...
You begin to look closer to where that small little shadow is. And as you inspect it a little bit more...
Dad, is that you? No, come on.
You notice there's a small little divot into the emerald door. And as you look through and level your eye with it, you see a
I never said I was going to do that.
Yeah. Well, rather than taking any damage, you see a small little keyhole.
Yeah.
Is there a weakness? Is that a hole?
There's a keyhole if you want to have a go.
I mean, no lockpicks, but let's see. Do I have magic hands? I'd like to try a lockpick with my claws.
Okay. It'll be with disadvantage then, but roll a dex check, and I'll say add your proficiency bonus just because you're using your claws.
Okay. 5 plus 1 plus proficiency. That's 10.
Nope.
You try and you keep. You just hear like this like, and you just keep scratching your claws and just nearly tearing one off.
I knew I should have swapped out Arcane Lock.
No,
Oh, the
not
other one.
happening.
Are we giving up here, or because?
Hold on. I think your
Okay.
father's study will have the lock, won't it? For the key. Oh, his bedroom. I didn't get much chance to look at it.
Let's go.
Alright.
I head off towards the thing.
We'll study first, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm looking out for this shadowy thing that you're on about.
Alright.
If there is one.
There's no moving shadow. There's no shadow that follows or naturally stays where it shouldn't. But you both begin to head to the keep, and just as you get up to the landing, and you get up to the door, as it is still partially ajar, and just as you barely and slowly push it to the side, both of you feel the ground just as the only audible sound is this really deep echoing just that you hear way high above you.
I swear to God, if there's another wizard coming after Geralt, I'm going to string them the fuck up.
I'll get the rope.
Please do. Shall we go see what fucking monstrosity that was?
It sounded big.
It sounded like it was at high speed.
Well, at
That's
least it's not that
what it sounded
giant.
You both hear two huge impacts into the ground just outside, and you begin to hear
maybe it is
some
the
people
giant.
start and you just hear screams and murmurs outside.
Let's go, Gerald.
Keep up. I've got to run.
Okay. All right, you both sprint outside through the hallways and through the main courtyard, and as you just get outside the main courtyard and through the main gates, you see a small crowd of about 12 different people, all just panicking but staring in shock at these two large pods, these like white metallic balls that are
Theron is very interested.
slowly being licked up by flame, as you see part of the white is a molten lava orange and amber. And you do see one of them has collided in with a small home that has just put the roof completely through. But
Move out the way, folks. Companions of fate here.
And you see like
Heroes extraordinaire.
you see a couple move back and like kind of panicky, and you see this grumpy gnomish man just looking at you.
Move for what? That's my home!
I was going to push him in the face until he said that, and I'll just carry on. You will sort it out.
And he just starts like watching you walk past as he just grabs onto your coat and just tries to yank you back.
Hey!
I just prepare a firebolt and just put it by his face. I'm a Lustafson. I'll sort your fucking home out. Let's make sure there's no more danger for now. Yes?
The stuff's in here, you'll be a traitor just like your dad.
And he begins to walk away.
Oh, you're home. I mean, yeah, fuck him. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Prick. I'll just walk up to the one that's not in the hovel of a home.
Okay, so it's you notice that the like about a third of this part of this ball is pretty much cemented into the ground, creating a small little crater. And you notice that on the front there's like 2 little doors put together with frosted over windows.
Is there a load of fire around the place?
The home is definitely just constantly just being licked up by flame. Around in the ground around the 2 pods of the 2 balls, there's a little bit of flame, but small little bits of shrapnel that are just still barely.
Yeah. I'd like to cast pyrotechnics to turn that flame in the house just into smoke.
Okay. As you extend your arm, you see all the flame, and just now a heavy plume of white smoke begins to fill the air.
Theron just walks around the outside once, sort of touching him, sort of going, ah.
Yeah, as you touch, there are definitely parts where it is just scalding.
I'll just go round to the door.
Okay.
And I'll just start banging on it. Because obviously I can tell it's a door, so something's got to be in it.
Yeah.
See that or a portal to somewhere.
You hear a very dull, just not hollow, just dull.
Gerald, we've got someone in here. And probably in the other one.
Are we thinking Costa?
Well, I don't know. If they were able to get out, I'm sure they wouldn't knock back.
At this point.
I'll unsheath Alistor then.
Okay, so you pull out the huge lightning greatsword from the sheath. Oh, longsword, sorry. Finn, at this point, can you roll a perception check with disadvantage for me, please?
Anyone in there?
So that is 12.
12. I'd say just from you just got the mark of like as your drowsiness kind of slowly is fading, and you open your eyes very gently and squinty, and your head is pounding. You feel just aching all over. You look at the pod around you, and parts that were completely smooth before and completely intact are now dented in, and just near your face there are parts that are like partly trapping your leg a little bit. And you just take one breath.
I need a beer.
And just at that point, you hear on the outside, and you just hear these heavy thuds slamming from the outside of your pod.
Hey, dickhead! Are you alright in there?
Okay. Stop banging. Jeez.
I'll bang even louder.
And Finn, you hear the bangs just get even louder for you, and your headache is just, everything is pounding and throbbing in your head.
Fingers in my ears. Just go back to sleep. I'll wake up properly.
But you do, one thing you do notice is the small little green button is completely cracked and dull, but the red one above, still intact, just barely, it just flickers.
Can you
alive.
get out of there?
I don't know. I'm gonna hit the green button, and with all the strength I can muster, I'm gonna kick the door from the inside.
Okay, you
It doesn't want press the self-destruct.
you press the green, and it just kind of just very thuddily just like past where the barrier's supposed to stop the button, and your finger just easily glides in just to finger fuck the pod as you go to boot. Can you roll a unarmed strike for me with advantage, please? So, unarmed strike, d20 plus your strength mod.
Is 8.
8. You like Sparta kick from sitting down, like the door, and you feel that you've just made an impact. But as soon as you pull your leg away, you just feel this just throbbing and twisting in your ankle.
Oh,
There's no need of thud in there. Jeez. How rude. I'll look for. Do we see anybody with a sword?
Well, me. Stand back clear. I've got this, and I'm going to try and stab the longsword in and break the door.
Okay,
I'm going to say, whoa,
roll an unarmed strike for me.
And I'm going to frantically try for the other button.
Okay.
That is 7.
7. I mean, to actually hit the thing is fucking huge. Yeah, you don't really need that high of a roll to actually hit it. But for damage, roll damage for me.
Okay. 14.
14. All right, Finn. Just as you, right after you hear that last thuds, you then hear like another muffled voice, excitedly. Before you hear that muffled voice, and just for a moment, you see the doors just kind of, like, just very slightly, before you see the blade of a sword just right up to your face and just barely an inch away from your nose. As you
the door's open at this point.
Not right now. As you just start freaking out and start hammering the buttons and yelling, and you find that red button. It does
Gerald,
depress, but it's a little bit stuck as you keep going and going and going. And on one swing, you finally depress the red button enough, and the doors.
I did it.
Well, if you could open it, why didn't you open it in the first place? Jesus.
You just nearly killed me.
Have you seen what you've done to the place?
Killed me. Where even am I?
How about you come outside and have a look at the fucking damage you've done, big boy?
Oh, I'm gonna really struggle getting out. I am.
Well, you know what? I'd help you.
Bits.
Yeah, just try walking. Come on. Any broken bones?
Do you guys drink around here?
Yeah.
I could do
Yeah, of
something
course we do.
strong.
Yeah, well.
It's not strong, but here you go. I've got a wineskin on me. I'll hand a nut.
You notice as Gerald hands you the wineskin and you're about to climb out, you do see like one part of the pod that's like indented in and almost like over your thigh and just kind of locking your knee there.
Okay, I'm gonna swipe for the wineskin and drink way more than I should.
Yeah, you just.
Hey! Leave some for the rest of us. Jeez.
Oh god.
What's your name, kid?
Someone, tell you what, you release my leg, and I'll tell you my name.
You know what? I'm not that bothered about your name. See you in a bit.
Okay. My name's Finn. Please help me. Please help me get my leg through.
I don't really have anything for shape fucking metal.
Gerald, just at this point, you hear a voice over your shoulder. I went and checked. Pop-up is fine. What's going on?
Wonderful timing, Brom. We seem to have a new visitor. Do you think you could help just free him a little?
And Finn, you see this really broad-shouldered and very muscular dwarven man. Teeny bit taller than most dwarves, but long dark hair, big puffy beard. Those kind of like blue-grey eyes that are just so like smouldering, even if he's not intending it to. very square jawline, and just you see the size of his hands, like for a dwarf, huge and calloused everywhere. But you see him like looking over with just one hand holding a couple sausages and the other just eating some bacon.
I'm just going to quickly run to the toilet,
Yeah,
guys.
no
Carry
problem.
on.
Brian, have you got any spare bacon? This has made me fucking hungry.
Oh, I ate that before I came out. This is the last
What about
piece.
the what?
Braun, forget about his bacon. My leg, please.
And you see Braun just like wander over to you, and he's about 4'8", 4'9" maybe, and he just wander over and kind of like look down. I think you're stuck.
Theron's actually actively laughing. State the obvious.
And you see Braun just look at you, like sort of very curious of the Genasi features.
I mean, dead quietly say, all muscles, no brains, I see.
And at that point,
pretty much.
At that point, you just see Braun's eyes like locked to you.
Braun,
I'm
don't
the
kill
only
Great
one
words
that
for a
can
trapped
help
man.
you. And you
I
see him
didn't
just
mean
like
it.
waving a sausage at you. I'm the only one that's gonna help you out.
hey, and I'll just take the sausage.
And Braun instantly just snatches it out of your hand after one bite. And offers you half the sausage to you, Finn.
I'm
You fucking
gonna
prick.
take the sausage.
And you see him just
Yeah, I
staring
bet
at
you do.
Remember who can help you out of this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Please. No.
And he just finishes the last sausage before he goes to you, Gerald, and just mumbles, am I getting him out?
Out of interest, what race are you?
I might accidentally hurt him, so yeah.
Okay.
I'm a water genasi.
Can't you, like, just turn to water and just yourself out?
No.
Oh,
No.
wow.
And
It's worth a try, wasn't it?
Finn, you kind of begin to worry slightly as you see Braum just reach behind Gerald, just next to a small cart, and pull out this large stone and steel great hammer. And
Well, let's hope there's no broken bones.
Gerald, you just hear Braum as he looks to you.
Finn, drink more wine.
I think I'm going to pound it as hard as you pounded me last night. And he just charges up and swings the hammer as hard as he can.
I'm going to let out a little bit of a scream.
Yeah. As a small squeal just aerates. You close your eyes for a moment, and after a large... you open your eyes, and your legs are both still there. Nothing is broken, nothing is dismembered. And you see that
I'll just
large
put my
piece of
hand
metal has been hammered straight back, pushing now outwards of the pod.
Braun, you're pretty good with metalwork. And I'll just put my hand
know.
up to
I love
grab
pounding.
Finn.
And Braum also
I
reaches
know.
out a hand to grab you as well, Finn, as both Theron and Braum reach in.
I mean, he's going to do most of the work, but...
No sitting down now. And you just feel your body just be yanked out and onto the ground as Braum just like slams the head of the hammer just into the ground. You are very well.
Roll onto my back. I'm going to say, enough of the wine. I need a healing potion. In fact, I need 5 healing potions.
Yeah, we'll get to that. You're still alive. Braun, there's another one.
Is there?
Yeah, you see the house that's currently got smoke coming from it?
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
And he begins to just wander over to the other pod.
I'll just let him do that because I was literally useless.
Just at this point, as Finn, as you're kind of just recovering from all of this intensity from what you remember happening before you crash landed.
I'll just stab a rock in the ground with the glutton's fork, and I'll just give it towards Ben. I'm just like, I know it looks like a rock, but it'll go down all the same. Just eat it. It'll give you some health.
You're asking me to eat a rock?
On a fork. Yeah.
On a fork?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Well, I've seen weirder things. I'm gonna eat the rock.
Yeah, and you just off the fork. And funnily enough, it's not crunchy. It's gooey, edible. It tastes like dirt and blandstone, but you get it down.
Yeah.
And Theron,
Tastes like rock.
how much does Finn heal?
2d6.
Alright, so you roll those 2d6 then, Theron, and we'll see how much Finn heals.
2.
9.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
Theron's the one who has to roll the 2d6.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So hopefully he gets less than 9. Yay!
5.
Oh.
6, 7, 8, 9. 9.
9. Yay! So that's 9
Great
HP.
minds.
And just at this point as
9.
well, both of you, you see Braum just very gently on the small set of doors on the other pod. Hello? Are you dead?
Finn, who's in there?
Well, it could be one of 3 people. It's either going to be a weird owl, a weird turtle, or an even weirder slimy goo guy. Or a
Slimy
robot,
goo guy?
actually.
You definitely need to tell me more about this person. He sounds so interesting.
That guy was an asshole.
Aaron,
I bet
can
he'd
you...
be alright in this accident. No bones, am I right?
Aaron, can you make
Well,
a
he had
perception
spacesuit.
check? Disadvantage for me, please.
Basically, it'd be knackered.
Let's hope that stud isn't dead.
18.
18. Your eyes quickly open up, and you look around you, and the pod with the creepy eyes. Your head begins to do a full 360 of the entire pod, and you notice the entirety, like especially around your large owl head, is crushed in, almost trapping your head. Or just enough you can turn, but if you move shoulder, you're not moving anywhere. And at this point, you hear a muffled voice. Hello? Are you dead?
I'm gonna let out the loudest owl screech I can do.
Okay. And as you screech,
Not hoot,
Yeah.
a screech.
as you screech, and it nearly
Well,
deafens
it's the owl
yourself
guy.
being so confined. And just at that point, you see for all the rest of you, you see Braum just like step away for a moment.
What's up, Braun?
Whatever's inside it needs to die.
Why?
Hit it hard.
Okay.
Wait.
And he's going to slam into the doors.
Oh,
I
a
give
great
him
hammer.
inspiration for it.
Okay, what's that?
A D10.
D10, fuck yeah. Okay, so that's a 9 from the D10. Onto his already crazy shit. 31. To hit.
The door ceases to exist.
Aaron,
It vaporizes.
Aaron, you hear like a very muffled yell before the doors literally and just like slam open with one hit and part just at your head.
Oh.
And you see the same dwarven figure, and he just raises his hammer to you. Do you need to die?
Just a really quiet,
Braun, don't kill him.
little hoot.
Oh.
and
And he just
puppy dog
puts his
eyes
hammer. He just puts his hammer to the side. Oh, and he reaches a hand inside, just barely getting your head, and just starts like just giving you scritchies.
Yeah,
You are
I
so
did enjoy
adorable.
that. Yeah.
And as your big eyelashes start fluttering as you enjoy the scritchies, he grabs his hand into a small belt pouch and pulls out a sausage.
Oh,
Do
I
you want?
swear to God,
Yeah.
Braun,
I'm gonna
I
peck
thought you
that
had no
straight
food
up.
left.
Just have his hands. And you just see his hand like recoil every time, just a little bit scared, but still
Yeah.
giving you the scritchies and finding you adorable.
Ron, what does he look like?
He's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Hey,
Come and have a look. Oh, not as cute as you, darling, but come look.
Oh, it's the owl.
And
Gerald's
you
got
all peer
some
in.
competition. Gerald's got some competition.
And he had the sausage. I always figured this guy was more of a fruit guy.
No,
And-
I believe owls in this. Yeah, I believe they eat meat.
Just at this point though, Aaron, as you see Brom kind of like ushering other people around, you see a very handsome, pretty boy, arrogant looking wizard just peer in. Then a small black Kenku. And just right after, just in the back, as your wide eyes look at all of them, you see a very familiar water genasi just poke his head around.
Hey, Feathers, how you doing?
I suppose
I'm going to
this
attempt to talk, but I'm really, really battered, so I'm just going to sort of make some sad-sounding noises.
What do they sound like? How sad are we sounding? Although,
That's
if you have your same with Jim, if you have your echo thing on Discord, then it will cancel out any smaller sounds they make.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do I turn that off?
It's the
You know
small
where the
small button.
disconnect coin is?
just on the left
There's
side
a
of
load
disconnect
of little
button.
lines. Click that,
Yes.
and then
Ah.
click it off.
Noise suppression off.
I prefer Echo anyway.
There you go. We're at a little bit. Although,
And hearing that, Theron turns around and walks away. He's like, Gerald, this one's for you. You speak bird.
Hey, that's racist.
so you, Aaron, as Finn, as you see your recent ally just fully trapped just around mainly the shoulders, and just the big owl eye staring back at you.
Help me, Finn.
I'm gonna, as you're walking away, Theo, I'm gonna pat you on the back and say, you could probably do 1 or 2 of them rocks, you know.
The only problem is I can't actually use it for a bit now. That's me out. Hey, at least you got it. You know.
Very true. Very true. I'm going to stride on over, take a good look at the door, see if I can reach in and hit the red button.
You can reach in and you are able to find the red button. It is a little cracked, but still alight. As you just
The pod explodes.
as you depress it, you see the doors are already bent in, just and as they just jam stop, they are now completely stuck. There's no moving them. You can barely, if you were to be able to get out, you can barely just get your shoulders through. Now that they're stuck.
Okay.
But I'm going to look forward scavenging these pods.
You see Braum looking in, just like next to you, Finn, and looking to you, Aaron. Oh, by the gods, are you hurt?
I'm gonna scratch my chin a little bit.
Can I cast a spell, or am I unable to move?
It depends. If it has a semantic component, which means hand gestures, then no. But if it's only verbal,
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna scratch my chin a little bit, thinking about how to go about it, and then sort of light bulb moment. I'm gonna cast reduce on Aaron.
okay. All right. So, Aaron, are you going to resist any effect when Finn
No.
puts his hands up? Okay.
Believe me, this is the only way.
Just as you see Braum, as he before you reduce, And Braum just motions over to his backpack. Well, I have a lot of healing, pup. And just at that point, you reduce Aaron. And Aaron, you feel everyone become immense giants around you. You look up to the seat that you are currently in, and it is just a skyscraper above you.
God.
This huge, colossal wall of fabric and metal behind you.
And I'll just be like, we are your gods now.
I guess I'm going to do some sweet little bird hops.
Yeah.
and
Okay,
hop.
roll an acrobatics check for me.
Okay. Nat 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the total of that then?
With acrobatics is
5,000.
28.
Fucking A. Okay, awesome. Just as you begin to do very ninja-like and very precise owl hops as you... And at each time, your wings just... just to, just ease your descent. And just at that point, you hear a big booming voice from Braum as your small size. Oh, he is so cute.
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
that is
Finn.
adorable.
Finn. When he hops onto somebody, can you just cancel the spell?
And at that point, I'm gonna hop onto Braun's shoulder or
Okay,
arm,
yeah, as you hop
Yeah.
on.
because he
onto
seems
his arm.
friendly.
I am so happy right now. And he gets on
Immediately
his shoulder.
cancel the spell.
And just as he gets onto his shoulder, you cancel the reduce. And Aaron, as you're perched, like you do when a little bit when you sleep, you find yourself back up to your normal size. Let me just double check something.
Oh,
Okay.
I've killed Braun.
As you return to your normal size, all of you see Braum's face just kind of clench for a second. But just after a small dip, he looks back at you, Finn, with the fully grown, full-sized owlin of Aaron on one of his large shoulders.
Oh shit, that backfired.
This guy.
I know.
But I'm giggling. There's a giggle going on. I'm like,
And Theron's got his back towards Braun, just like,
And at that point, Braum just looks up to you, Aaron, as you're still on his shoulder. And you being a lot taller than a dwarf, it's unsettling that you are on a dwarf's shoulder at this
Yeah,
point.
I am unnaturally light though.
Yeah.
his
But-
bones are hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at this point, Braum just looks up to you, and you just hear him go, "Hello. My name is Braum. Are you hurt?"
Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I'm Welsh now, so just throw that in there. Yes, I'm. Yes, I'm hurt.
Okay, well, come down here. And he just very lightly and easily just nudges you off his shoulder and then gently carries you into this bridle carry before setting you on the ground on your butt for a second.
oh,
I have a potion. Hold on. And he gets a small backpack out and starts rummaging through. And he looks to you, Gerald.
Yeah.
I was going to save this for you in an emergency, but you can take care of yourself until I get another one.
I'll just stomp on forwards and be like, whoa, 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 I get a rock.
I gave you a
What
sausage,
potion.
and you gave me nothing but bad manners. So you can wait for your potion. As Braum is going to pull out a potion of supreme healing.
Ooh.
He pulls out this large, almost two-handled vase of red liquid that's about a foot long and fairly wide and dips in as that kind of hourglass shape. All the glass is just frosted, very posh and noble glassware. And he takes it out. He takes off the glass stopper, and just begins to pour, just jam the small the small top of it into your beak, Aaron, and just tips it upside down. and as you're kind of like struggling to swallow, and a couple times you just hear like you hear Braun just there. That's my good friend.
I'll use telepathy to Finn, and I'll just be like, "Hey Finn, don't worry. This is my voice in your mind." By the way, that Braun,
like,
he's got a thing for birds. Literally.
Okay.
So if we can
That
make
makes sense.
if we
That
can
makes
make
sense.
All right.
Gerald my buddy squirm a bit, that'd be good.
Aaron.
But as he's gone. I'll let you say it.
Yeah, Aaron, I'll just say that is 41 points of healing to you.
Okay.
As he's being forced drunk it, we like to drink with owls, because owls are our mate. And when we drink with owls, he gets it down at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. See if it gets down, he goes, yes! Bro finishes it.
And you just hear Braun at that point, as you cheer, he just goes, hey! And he takes the large glass vase away from you as you feel all of that liquid healing just fill your form, and you just see Braun with that like big happy smile before he, well, that is done, and you just hear it behind him.
So the obvious question, guys.
Thank you, Braun.
You're welcome. What is your name?
My name is Aaron.
I like it. I'm Braun. Oh,
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
okay.
What? He just used the potion.
And just as you're casting Cure Wounds, you hear Braun very excitedly. So this one time I died, but I was fine.
Oh, you're not on that again, are you, Braun?
I'm just gonna look at him.
I just think it's nice for people to know.
Yeah, but you're missing some context.
Anyway, I need to go back. An apothecary or doctor is there with Pop. So I'm going to go.
Well, they came about 5 hours late, but hey.
Well, they
Whenever
you're ready, we'll be there, and if you want a doctor for anything.
Yeah, no worries, Braun.
Okay, I will go check a pop-up. Aaron and bad-mannered Finn. Welcome to Gareth. Bye-bye. And he begins to just wander away, grabbing his great hammer as he goes.
So, guys, obvious question. Theron, by the way. Theron Lostofson. You might have heard of. Well, you probably haven't. Where have you come from? Have you come from?
Oh.
No, I'm from the north.
I think you're a little bit further than north. Because these stretches you've fallen in is beyond the technology I've seen.
Is this Valdur?
Yeah, it is.
I am from Valdur.
Yeah, but where have you come from?
We were in space.
Not in Valdur, not in Valdur. Oh, in space?
We were in space.
In the astral sea?
Oh my word.
Ah, this is fascinating. I've always wanted to go up there.
We
Reach out to
sailed
the stars.
on sky ships high above the earth.
Ah.
And then we got hit by a bunch of asteroids and fell down into this shit tip.
Hey. I'd fucking slap you if you weren't almost dying. We've just saved this tip shit from an evil wizard. Thank you very much.
Wizard?
Yeah. Imagine that. In a world of magic, wizards.
Shall I roll this healing spell, by the way?
So I'm just wondering.
Yeah, you roll.
I'm just wondering, Finn. You mentioned a drink earlier. I was just wondering if you're going to have a drink in the shit tip town.
Well, it doesn't look like we've got much choice, but I like you. I like you. What
Thank
do you
you.
have in mind?
Well, I made some others a cocktail. I can always make you a frostbite fang.
Frostbite fine. Sounds like as good a drink as any. It's not another rock
Yeah.
on a fork, so
Well, we'll see.
I got 15, by the way.
Awesome.
nice.
So make sure you add that to your current HP.
Yeah.
So what's going on here then?
Well, like I said, we lost a member of our crew that we rock with. This is my hometown. My dad was evil. He's dead. We burnt him to a crisp. Well, not me. It was Terra, another one of our party.
Family. Who needs them?
Just,
Not when they're dead.
just as you guys are saying that, you notice one of the local women are just passing by in just normal garbs with a little hood up, and just at that point you hear,
Yeah, good riddance, fucking traitor.
and continues walking by.
As you can see, he was very well liked.
Yeah. Just as well liked as I am throughout the world. So, basically, it's been about 20, 30 years since I've come back. I was a little child, I escaped. There was time bullshit going on with this town. So, basically, this was frozen in time. Sort of, maybe.
Mm.
We lost one of our friends. He's frozen in the tower up there.
So
Where?
you're going to get him back, aren't you?
Maybe one day.
Pretty solid at the moment.
Hmm.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
knocked on it and everything. It was solid.
Anyway,
I
and then you
even-
guys have
I
come
even
down.
poured some warm water on it. Nothing happened.
You guys come in, crashed, destroyed a couple homes, and here we are.
They're still doing better than us.
I don't know. I'm still feeling a bit ropey.
Yeah. Falling from space, falling from the astral sea will do that to you.
It will do that. It will do that.
So when's
I'm gonna-
your ship coming? Or it probably isn't, is it?
I'm going to go ahead. Guess no. I'm going to go ahead and guess that we're not getting paid either.
Wait,
So,
you've got no money? How are you going to pay for all this damage?
That is true.
well, I'm not going back to my family for it.
Huh.
That was the mistake you made coming back here.
You don't have any money at all?
Don't believe I do.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check. And Finn, if you are bullshitting, or even if you're telling the truth and you just want to roll a dice for the placebo effect, go ahead. If you want to roll deception, you can. But if you're telling the truth but you don't want, obviously, Theon to know, yeah, just roll a dice and...
Yeah, I'm going to roll deception.
Okay.
15 plus 8. No, 15 plus 3, sorry. Why did I say
Yeah,
8?
so, yeah, 18
Yeah.
for insight. Finn, what is your deception?
19.
Theon, you can tell that there's some lines from Finn that are a bit shaky and a little bit more probably conceited, but he's being honest.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, and also
He's probably got assets rather than money.
I'll just
like
say
it.
as well for Finn and Aaron, you do have those full bags of Fordite still as well in your pods. Just letting you know.
Yeah,
If
I'll
what- if
go.
what-
I'll go
if
over
what?
to my pod
Mushroom?
Yeah.
and I'll fetch my bag of mushrooms.
Hey,
And I'll
what?
say, we
Wait,
have these to offer.
What are you guys, intergalactic mushroom pickers?
Delph's got to take one, and he's going to take a bite out of it.
Okay. You
Whoa,
take,
whoa, whoa.
You take,
I'm too late to stop you, but
yeah,
I'm going.
you
Whoa,
take
whoa,
a
whoa,
small
whoa, whoa.
bite
Yeah.
and roll a
Finn, can
Constitution
you-
saving throw for me,
Can,
please.
can you eat these things?
I
No,
wouldn't if I were you.
no.
Trust me, I've tried.
Oh, so this
21,
should be
not
funny.
20.
Nat 20, 21.
Technically, also, I can't be affected by disease and stuff like that.
Okay, that's good.
Other
You
effects.
instantly feel your vision kind of go blurry for a moment before you just unconscious.
Ah,
Onto
that's
the
what
ground.
happened to me.
Gerald. I just prod Finn. He's still alive, so he'll be alright.
I'm gonna nudge Aaron. I think it's Aaron. And ask if he's got any more good berries he can give to what's it?
Yeah, I mean, technically, I still have 9 left.
Gerald.
I'll.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, just give me one of them berries you gave me. We could probably do with sticking with these guys, considering we just destroyed half this town.
Yeah.
Can I have one of those berries, seeing as he wasn't going to give me any sausages or bacon they had stashed in his satchel?
You
Yeah.
gave me a rock, and that was it.
Hey, did it revitalize you just a bit?
It did. It
Oh, shut the
tasted like
fuck
rock.
up then. Jeez.
I'll drop a berry at Gerald, and then I'll offer these 2 guys the rest of the berries.
Okay.
I only want one. Do I recognize these berries from Terra?
You do. They are druidic
Definitely not
berries.
picking up more than one then.
So both
Thank you.
Finn and Theron, you take one, and then Gerald, just in that moment, you kind of feel this weird lump in your beak, then floating down to your gullet, and just at that point, as you just like swallow something, you wake up and you see the bigger bird ally now, the owlin of Aaron, just staring down at you with these huge, unnaturally creepy eyes.
Vacant stare.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Hey, Gerald, what was your trip like?
Well, you didn't catch me.
So you won as well.
I didn't really see too much. But I feel complete. Like I understand the universe.
Can we leave that to me? I'm the master of the arcane here.
Oh yeah? What can you conjure up?
I'll just conjure up minor illusion.
What's
An
the
image
minor
of
illusion?
myself.
There you go. Yeah, just small little like Theron.
Just doing a little dance.
Yeah.
Well, alright.
Mouse meteors. And then
But,
blame them on these.
for Aaron and Finn, as I'll just let you know, so as you do look around the setting of Girolf, it is a very northern, snow-topped village, town, like, not town, full city. And you look, fairly close to you is the large keep of Girolf, this multi-tiered castle, and you see a humongous clock tower fairly close by that goes up 160, 180 feet or so, with a small, sort of like almost like DIY'd overhang of a ledge. And you also do see one of the bigger attractions is Yggdrasil, this massive, like just gargantuan tree with roots larger than some of the buildings set back in the northern center of Girolf. But all around it is a sort of you got cobblestone and then some dirt roads. All the houses are made of brick and mortar, and some nice like wooden slanted roofs. you get the feeling that this is a very sort of industrial town where people do work hard, they do construct things, they do there's a lot they do sell things, there's a lot of merchants, but it's not overly like, you know, as profitable or as royal as Theron might give off.
Hey!
This is my kind of place. What's the deal with this huge tree?
Well, there's many mysteries going about it. But apparently it was either here at the founding of Girolf or before. I don't honestly know. It was that. I don't know how long ago exactly. Would I know?
Roll a history check for me.
History! It is 13.
13.
13 plus 8 it is.
Right, so that's 21.
Let me count.
So you remember that with Yggdrasil, with this live tree, the story behind it is that a wizard within, or a sort of wizard that was more into his gardening, planted one special seed that he saved up all his life to buy, and planted it, this one seed on its own, before the calamity, within the age of Arcanum. And this one seed has grown to a sapling and survived the entire calamity where the betrayer gods were locked up away from the material plane and the true gods locked themselves behind the astral gate after wars waged on between all of the gods and mortals alike. This one sapling survived it all.
Just boss as fuck, like.
Yeah. To continue to grow through the hundreds and the thousands of years, or mainly the hundreds of years after the calamity and the divergence. And it has grown to something great.
I'll relay that information without having to repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
These trees remind me of home.
I'm glad you like it. That tree used to be my best friend.
Probably still is.
Theron knows this fact to probably be true, and his heart actually breaks a little bit inside.
Oh, sad.
Finn, you look through the smile, I'll say with your passive insight, you look through his smile, and you do sense there is kind of like part of his heart that's just...
Theron just has a wry smile, but inside his head he's like, that fucking prick.
I'm going to put my hand on Theron's shoulder and say, you have
Don't
new
touch me!
friends now.
I don't really like touching that much. Maybe you want to go to Braun for that. Oh, sorry, Gerald. Sorry.
To give you evils.
Well, competition's in town.
Hey, I'm all for sharing. Just no one can replace me.
That's true. Yeah. I suppose you can always join in. Right then, folks.
He is kind of cute.
And Theron just starts walking off at this point. I'll let you two get acquainted. Right, folks. Are we going this way? Let's go.
Yes, you interrupted us breaking into a vault. Come, let's go.
Oh, vault.
Don't worry, it was my vault. Unless you guys have got some lock picking skills.
You're breaking into your own vault.
Shh, I've been gone for 30 years. My dad was evil. He's dead. My sister tried to commit suicide off the top of the tower.
Wait,
I think
what?
Eh?
You found your sister? And when were you going to share this information with us all?
Well, we found her before, but she was evil, remember? And then I found her again when I got into the castle, and that thing that she had in the chest, that wasn't a thing. She wasn't even taken over. She was just pretending, bitch. But then obviously everything's taken its toll after being tortured by my dad and everybody else, and she tried to jump off the top of the tower. I made it in time. And now she wants to open a bakery. So good news, guys, for now. And I was on about a vault, and there was... Yeah,
I'm
I forgot
hearing
how
that
it-
basically she betrayed us willingly then.
And I thought my family was a nightmare.
Well,
This is why I spend my time alone.
well, lucky for me, I've only got that one family member left, so... Yeah. The closest thing I've got to family is these pricks I kind of hang around with now.
Trust me, Therione, you're better off without.
What did you just fucking call me?
Mm.
I mean, I don't mind. It added a bit of flair, I suppose. I'm just a little bit tense.
Just
Cause-
does
'cause
Tara
I-
even know that your sister's still alive? Hold on, I'm still this is my subject here.
Well, she wants to open a bakery, so you can always meet her later.
No, Tara,
With a
does she
key.
know?
Oh, yeah. Tara followed me there.
Oh, so just leave Gerald in the dark. Of course.
Well, it was only like yesterday.
We've only been here 2 days.
Yeah, but what were you doing yesterday?
Okay,
All
fair.
right, guys, all right. Should we make our way then? Someone said
Well,
something about a vault,
maybe-
loads of money for me.
Can't be arsed. You know what? I have stuff I need to do for the city, so... Gerald, if you show him around...
Fine. We could go search for a key. Let's go. I will like to lead them towards that. We'll go for the study first.
Okay. So, Finn and Aaron, you begin to follow the Black Crow, Kenku, Gerald, into this large, lavish... what was the word I was using before? Very tacky.
Grandiose? Oh yeah, tacky as
Yeah,
well.
grandiose,
Whoa,
but also,
Okay.
all like there's, as you pass through like marble floored, open rooms like the entrance room, the entrance hall. There's random, just very lavish and really tacky furniture that is just everywhere in random places in the corners, just to almost show off the wealth. And that's the kind of grandiose sense you get of this
Quite
keep.
rightly so.
Yeah. And Gerald begins to show both of you all down to the large emerald door vault. That is
And
now...
now we're going up to the study first.
Oh, you're going
wanna
to the
find a
study,
key.
sorry, yeah. So you follow him up some of the stairs to find a small landing with multiple doors on. I think there was 5 doors in total. There's one on the far left, then there's 2 next to it, and then across the hall there's another 2. But Gerald leads you to the one on the far left of the landing, and you enter in and you see a very large study with a fireplace that is dulled out. You see just a pool of ash and soot just scattered away from the fireplace. You look over to the right and you see the sunlight gently beaming in through a large pane window that is smashed and broken, with glass everywhere. Which brings your attention to the desk, where you see a humanoid figure slumped over the desk with the head and face just touching into the desk. Completely charred and burned body with parts of the skin that was previously boiled and blistered and settled and burst. And you see that dead corpse lying in, or slouched over in, very royal navy blue garb. And
Yeesh.
yeah, that's what Gerald welcomes you into.
Just ignore the charred corpse. That is the said former lord.
Oh, so this is Theron's dad.
Oh yes.
Ooh. God, that guy's gonna be messed up.
He was. Right. Anyway, not important details. Whoever finds a small... We're looking for a
Did you do
smallish
this?
key? Oh, no. That was our other friend. Has a bit of a temper, bit of a knack for killing a few people. She has like this stone whippy type spell. And she always seems to manage to get around the neck. Scarily accurate.
Yeah, if I hadn't seen this guy, I'd say that sounded a bit sexy, but. Mm-mm.
I suppose whoever can find the key and bring it, shall we call your debt to Girl squared? And then just one of you has to pay.
Okay.
All right.
I'd like to go for the desk.
Okay.
I'd like
So-
to go for the corpse.
Okay. Finn, where do you want to be looking?
I want to be looking on. You said there was a fireplace, wasn't there? I'm going to look
yeah.
on the mantle.
Okay. All right. So everyone roll investigation checks for me, please. Gerald is going for the desk. Aaron is looking through the corpse and possessions, and Finn is looking through the fireplace.
13.
22.
22. Finn, what did you get?
13.
Okay.
16.
16. Okay. You see Gerald starting off as you rifle through the desk, pulling drawers out, and you see just bits of paper just flutter out as you just rip some of the drawers out while looking at the bottom of them, looking inside, finding little to nothing. A few scrap notes and doodles, but nothing really of any worth. Finn, you begin to look across the top of the mantle, which is like covered in ash and soot, and you just, it's a little bit grimy, but you start moving it aside, and you're trying to look through, sort of like moving a couple of these small little candelabras and moving them to the side, and then you begin like thumbing through the fireplace itself, long dulled out, just ash and coal. Unfortunately, you don't really find anything. You do find, actually, because you got, what did you get, a 16 or 13?
I got 13.
13. You find, as you reach through, and it's a fairly deep fireplace, you reach through and you grab onto something that you feel is completely spherical. Like, firm, solid, and spherical.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab that and
Yeah.
pull it straight out and have a look.
As you just grab it and you pull straight out, and as some of the coal and the ash just like dusts off of the thing, you look and it is a small skull that probably just about is like a little bit bigger than your hand.
Guys,
This.
what's everyone's dad into?
Yeah, guys.
Did hear he was a bit of a cunt.
A bit. I'm gonna toss it back into the fire. And
Right. As soon as you kind of assert that it's not gnomish or dwarvish, it is definitely more human and that size, pretty much of a child, you just load you back in. And just at that point,
a child.
and just at that point, as your large eyes, Aaron, go back to searching through the possessions, you begin to go through pockets, and not finding anything, you begin to look through, actually beginning to like get your claws just into the lining and just tearing it slightly of the large coat and the jacket, and the small waistcoat that he has on, and you begin like just feeling through there. And you do feel just in the sort of the back, like the lumbar of the lumbar section of the waistcoat, within the lining, you feel a solid piece of metal, oddly shaped with different kinks and crooks. And as you pull out, you find a small key, and the handle, as most of it is copper, and the teeth of the key are copper, the handle itself is this gorgeous dark green emerald, like gem material.
I'll hold it up and signal to Gerald.
Ooh. Okay. That probably matches. We have our winner. Let's go. There is a fair possibility that this vault is already looted, but who knows? We can take whatever we want. If not,
Tasty.
yeah. Quick, let's go before Theron tries to catch up with us.
Don't worry, Theron doesn't give a shit at this point. he knows the score.
Well, you all begin to head down, and you make it down to the vault, and you are all greeted with this colossal emerald door with gold and platinum lined wheels, and so grandiose and so tacky that it's just so much in your face. It's just, just big dick bang right in your face of how much wealth this family has.
Bit too much of an explanation there.
It's a good explanation.
Right. If I may.
I have never seen so many riches in my life. I'll hand him the key.
Well, we're kind of hoping that the rest of us inside. We'll go to the keyhole and actually turn it to see if this does anything.
Okay, and as you just turn, you begin to hear this like and you all hear this large thud before the wheel, or the two wheels, and begin spinning, and as soon as they finish spinning, you hear the door again, and just as you hear that exhaust of air, you see just part of the door just come forward ever so slightly at the crease.
Okay.
I'll grab the door and pull open.
Okay, you grab. Roll a strength check for me, please. You hench owlin.
That is 21.
21, because fucking jacked. As you just grab and you dig your talons into the hard stone floor, and you just begin to pull. And to all of you, the best like to scale I can reference I can give you is, imagine like my finger is Aaron opening the door, and my head is the door.
Okay.
That's roughly how big of a size comparison this colossal door is. As you begin to open and open, and you have to take.
Okay, maybe I've got my feet on the wall then.
As you push and push with your feet and pull with your hands.
Your head is.
and I've got a huge brain, and you begin to pull and pull, and you do begin to need to like put your talons on the ground and walk back with it, because it's that huge of a door as you begin to come back, and you all look inside as the door opens up with Aaron's aid, and you look in, and you do see a large open gold-plated room. The walls, the floors, everything is solid gold. The reflection of itself is immense. You look across the ground, it looks fairly barren as to what you were expecting. A few gold coins, a couple platinum coins, some silver and copper coins here and there on the floor. Some of them looking like they were moved or just fell. But you do notice there is about 8 or so large wooden crates that you can see immediately, just scattered around in different areas of this golden floor.
I'd like to crack open one of these crates.
Okay.
Roll for initiative.
Could you roll a d8 for me, please?
Okay, I did. Number 3.
Number 3. Okay. All right, I won. So Gerald, you're cracking one open. Aaron and Finn, are you right next to?
Yeah.
Gerald?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a very similar idea to
Okay.
Gerald as well.
Then can all three of you please roll Constitution saving throws as Gerald just pops open the crate, and from it you see this thick, innocuous green gas begin to fill the small space around it.
Oh,
18.
nice one.
Okay.
Oh. 4.
4, okay. And Finn?
20.
20, nice, okay. Alright, so...
Yeah, I'm adding me Constitution saving throw modifier.
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gerald, what did you get? You got an 18?
18,
And
yeah.
then Finn got 20, non-natural 20.
Not that 20.
Okay, and Aaron, you got a 4. Is that total for your con save?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright,
Yeah,
so...
I rolled a 2 and I have +2.
Okay. Alright, so Gerald and Finn, both of you are going to take 10 points of poison damage. And Aaron, you will take 5. Oh, sorry, no, Aaron, you will take 20.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 points of poison damage. As all of you do catch for a moment, everyone a little bit longer, but all of you just... and you begin to feel this burning sensation in your sinuses, this spicy heat that is just climbing and climbing and making you cry, and your nose start getting all snotty, or your beak, and it just causes this coughing. It does go after a minute or so, but it does kick you in there. But as all of you regale from that, Gerald, you rolled a 3.
Yes.
You open this large crate that's about the size of, I'd say each crate is about the size of a large pumpkin, like that kind of size, like, you know, pretty girthy, nothing super immense, but good enough. Yeah. And as you reel back from the gas and you keep opening it, and you notice, like, on the back side of this lid, you see a small copper contraption at the back, where you see like a small glass window is empty. As you take the lid off and you look in the crate, and you see a small rouge-coloured leather belt pouch. That's the only thing in this one crate.
Interesting.
I'll
pick it up.
I'm going to stagger about a bit and then go down to one knee and say, Aaron, you know that spell you cast on yourself earlier? You got any more of that stored up?
Okay, I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. So roll that healing for to give to Finn as you cast Cure Wounds on him.
As he's doing this as well, I am going to just say, don't be such pussies. I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word
Okay.
as well. I'll put 4 charges into Finn and 2 into Aaron. No.
Oh, nice. You got 13 from me, Jim.
Amazing.
There you go. So 13 points of healing to Finn, and then the Mass Healing Word is coming from Gerald.
Right. You get 20 points, Finn, from me, and 11 points to Aaron. No.
Thank you.
Awesome. So, at that point, Gerald, you do notice, just pinned on the inside of this crate, you see is a small list of 8 items, and at the top it just says ledger, or transport ledger.
Oh, shit. I will take the list and have a look to see what it says.
Okay. Just as you grab it and you start reading, what languages do you know?
Common, Sylvan, Oran.
You cannot read the text on. You notice there's a translation at the top into Common for transport ledger, but the rest is written in a language you do not understand.
Any of you guys understand this?
I'll have a look.
I can only read.
Yeah, I'll look over his shoulder.
Okay, so Finn.
I speak.
Oh, go on,
go on.
Aaron. Yeah. What languages do you know, Aaron?
Common, Elvish, Giant, Orc, and Primordial.
Okay, and
I
Finn.
know Common, Draconic, and Primordial.
Okay. Gerald, you said you didn't know Primordial, did you?
No, I do not.
Both of you see the symbols and the runes and the scratches that are very common in the written language of Primordial. And you see it is a small list of the items that were transported from an airship. You notice at the top left there's an airship code, or what was deemed as like the airship's badge. So then if anyone were to come across these trade ships, they would know if they were, more like fake or pirated airships, or they were the official ones with the badge that are always stamped into solid metal of the construction of the balloon. You both read just very quickly that this ledger, this group of crates, were originally from a small place called Dotrick in Westrum, and they were originally headed to Meldin within Valdur.
I'll just relay that information. I'll say it out loud
Okay.
as I'm reading it.
Nice. And what of the items?
So for the small list of items, just as you begin reading, I'll just go through what it reads out on the ledger for as far as items go, and then you might have to play a guessing game with the crates. But 1 through 8, what is deemed as this section of antiquities and novelty items. You notice the part of the list below is in the best way, like of common you can understand it from the Primordial translation. It pretty much comes out to items for the war effort, and then below that there's a section that is titled special requests from High Lord, and it begins to get scribbled and slightly burned off at that part. However, at the top section for the antiquities, I'll just list the names off. There is a breathing bubble, there's Charlatan's die, there's Heward's handy spice pouch, medal of muscle, masquerade tattoo, pressure capsule, pipe of smoke monsters, and a wand of scowls.
Okay.
Interesting.
The wand of skulls compels you.
Do you think this is a spice pouch then?
That could be the spice pouch, or whatever we've just had to deal with was the pipe of smoke monsters.
No, I think that was just the trapped. It was a trap. It was a rigged box.
Got me good.
I'm expecting the same for the others, so the box was easy to just lift, was it?
The box was easy to lift. The lid was very easy, but you noticed if you look on the lid that is now on the ground from the open one, there is that small little copper contraption just on that lid, on the outside of it, not the in.
On the outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to just cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to have it float over to one of the boxes far away and just have it lift the lid.
As
See if it sets off
mage
another
hand
trap.
and it just floats over, and as you see it just like partly lift one of the lids up, you do see of green gas just sprout out towards the far end before it very quickly dissipates.
I'll do the same with all the other chests then as this happens, as we're stood away from them.
Okay.
Good man.
I'm gonna help him with that. I can also do Mage Hand.
Okay.
Mine comes
So-
out as spectral birds, though, so my birds are going to land on each one and peck the glass vial.
Nice. Okay. So
I'd
as
like to pocket some of the coins that were
okay,
around
all
on the
right. I'd say roll a roll investigation check for me, Finn, and then that'll determine how many coins worth you get. Whilst Gerald, you begin to use your mage hand as it gently opens up the lids, the wooden lids, and then you see Aaron just cast his hand out, and from him you see a couple feathers, ethereal feathers, just float away before they just turn into a small set of spectral birds that begin to just over onto the box, and you just see them begin to peck, and after a couple pecks you see the lid doesn't move, but you see just behind it a small gaseous cloud just out and then dissipate. But over the next few minutes you're able to completely use up every single one of these smaller crates of the eight crates of the ledger, as well as some larger crates that are set back against the walls without a hitch. No more pain. Finn, what was your investigation?
15.
15. You are able to pocket 80 golds worth of coins of a small different selection of copper, silver, gold and platinum. So that's 80 gold pieces worth, so you can have that in your inventory however you'd like. But just as all of you finish detrapping them, and I take it you're going to go to the ones who are now not trapped and start opening.
Yeah, we'll collect them and bring them in a pile.
Okay, yeah. As Aaron and Gerald, you start pushing the now non-trapped crates to the center of the chamber, and you just see Finn going around, and just constantly just dropping down to pick up another coin and put it in his pocket as both of you bring the smaller crates, and you try to move a couple of the other crates. Aaron, you're a little bit more sturdy than Gerald is. You are able to just barely begin to nudge it across the ground, as some of these larger crates are immensely heavy. But after a solid 20-30 minutes of housekeeping, getting all the crates, including the you see 4 really large, immense heavy crates, and a few of the medium-sized ones in there. They're a bit lighter, all collected and gathered to the center of the vault, now unlocked and accessible to all of you. And just right there, before you continue going through, that is where we're going to go and take a quick break, just for a few minutes, and we'll come back and get back into it. But to everyone who's watching, we hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. It's a lot of fun. We've got 2 happy new players and new characters to enjoy, so that's going to be super fun. And the fucking wide owl eyes, the anime girl owl eyes. But yeah, we're going to go take a quick break, get some snackies, go to the bathroom, whatever we need to do. So if you need to, please do the same, and we'll see you back in just a short while. Okay, as we come back in, as Geralf has been almost assaulted by two large flaming balls of metal, the party quickly found out that it contained two creatures, one Water Genasi and one Owlin, who you have now made acquaintances with and pretty much welcomed in extremely quickly. The first protocol for the group initially was to go and find a key to open the large hidden vault of Geralf, and in doing so, in trying different methods, you ended up finding the key, and you're able to unlock the vault and compile all of the antiquities, the special quest items, the items for war efforts. All while Finn took his time to grab every and any coin that was dotted around the floor that he can find.
Loaded.
Whilst Theron, where did you head off to?
I was going to start try and gather people like new rules and whoever I need to try form this council for Geralf, seeing as me dad's. All
right, so we'll get to that in a moment then. But as the three of you, Finn, Gerald, and Aaron, you look to this fairly large pile of crates and a few coins still dotted around that Finn didn't pick up or didn't notice until just now. But yeah, this is where we come back. So what would you guys like to do as you see this huge pile of different crates in there, all de-trapped?
I think we start opening them up.
Yeah, grab the items, put them in a pile, or well, sort of lay them out, shall we?
Okay. All right. So you begin to open all of them and take what's inside out. I'll give a brief description of each item, what you pull out. You've already got that rouge-coloured belt pouch. You pull one of the items. You pull out a translucent bubble-like sphere with a slightly sort of tacky outer surface. You pull out a small six-sided die. You pull out a small golden medal that is on like a small little striped necklace, and on that medal you just see like a golden embossed bicep just tensing just on it. You find yeah, funnily enough, you find a small little needle, and on the end of this needle you see a multicolored tip of like different drops of ink that is all around the one tip. You then see a small little capsule, or a small little box made out of beeswax and blended in with sand and different plant matter that has all just been sandwiched together. You find on it like a jet black smoking pipe with a long stem, or pretty much like a church warden, full on sort of like Gandalf pipe. And you also find a very sleek, like a solid like oak wood, but a gentle purple hue on this wood of a very slick-looking wand. You open up the medium-sized ones, a little bit bigger, a little bit heftier crates. They are completely empty, with just some straw at the bottom. Then you open the largest ones, and in three of them, you find 3 pieces of parchment. Each piece of parchment has one word written on it. And as you pull the small pieces of parchment out and put them and line them up correctly, it just reads, "Not yours, cunts."
Ooh,
And then
someone's penny a feast.
and then you open the last one, the last of the large crates, and you find what is pretty much a solid stone and metal construction cannon with stone wheels, a full metal frame, and you see all along the barrel of the cannon is arcane runes dotted around to create this very sort of geometric yet like mathematical design across the entire thing.
Damn it, Theron. Sue would have loved that.
Can I take a look in the medium crate that was just empty with straw to see if there was something living in there?
I thought you were going to say cannon.
Roll investigation check for me.
22.
22. Due to the layout of the straw and where bits are compressed, at least in this one, it does look like there was something living in there. The rest, there's a couple others that you notice the same compression in the straw, but then in a good few amount of the others, it just looks like solid flat, or just as you would if there were just still items or objects in there.
Oh, okay. Can I sort of reach in to see if there are invisible items in there?
You reach down. What's your AC?
15.
Okay, it barely just gets above. Like, just barely.
Yeah, but it still hits though.
You take 4 points of piercing damage
Oh, shit.
as you feel, just on the tips of your claws and your fingers, just a slight, just a nip at your fingers, and you pull your hand out, and there is slight open wounds and a little bit of blood trickling out. All of you, by the way, even if you're concentrated on other things, you hear Aaron's just like slight gasp as he pulls away, as in this chamber, that gasp turns into a it just echoes around.
Ooh. What
What is
happened?
this?
There's something concealed by magic.
I'd like to activate my true seeing guy.
Okay. Both Finn and Aaron, you notice Gerald kind of step up, and you see him close. The one thing you notice now as you look at Gerald a bit more, you notice that one eye is completely natural, and the other, when he opens his eye a little bit more, is this golden pupil on the inside, completely solid gold. And as you see him close his eyes and open up again as he like jolts his head back slightly, you see that one eye begin to glow. And just through the gold, as you see like light cyan blue lines follow along the creases of what is the design of an iris and a pupil. Gerald, you are able to see a very small leathery quadrupedal creature that is just set itself in this crate, and it's just looking up and kind of like pushing its head back in fear.
What sort of thing are we looking at? Are we looking at like sort of dog style, rat style, tail type thing, or
Let me just have a quick look.
crocodile style? That's
So,
also another one.
what you can see, imagine like a armadillo with the tough surface shell, but like sort of voided into like a quadrupedal insectoid.
Okay.
And you see a teeny little face with two teeny beady eyes and a sharp, like viciously sharp maw that you don't see any teeth, but you see the jaw itself is solid with like almost fangs or things on the jaw itself. And you do notice that in the center of their lower jaw, you just notice like a full separation and a crack between the lower jaw.
Okay.
And even with the dim light, I'd say, because you can now see what they are, you notice it's kind of like a sort of like a coppery amber hue across the entire form, and you do see like a long tail that wraps around into these sort of like almost like spiked coil at the end.
Hey, little guy. Perhaps you're hungry. I'd like to grab the good berry I actually have spared.
Okay.
And I get to look up like, it's a day oldish. I'll just sort of like drop it in front of it. I'm not going to put my hands too close.
You just drop it and it into the hay, and you see this creature. And just like nudges it away.
Okay. And then I'll instead maybe meat. And I'm gonna grab out one of my a ration then. And I should try with the ration to drop it in front of it there.
Alright, you reach the ration out, and they kind of start looking curious as you drop again. And just nudges it away again.
Oh shit.
What does it look like?
It's got a shell, sort of a tail, not much hair, coppery coloured. It's got a longer snout.
When he says coppery coloured, I'm gonna intuitively like recognize something. I'll try and pry one of the. I assume these crates are nailed together, old style.
Yeah.
I'll try and pry one of the nails out.
Okay. You very
pass
easily
it to-
like just
Pass it to Gerald and say, try that.
It's gonna metal. Okay. I'll put that in front of it.
and you just see very quickly the bottom jaw just splits into two as the jaw opens wider and just begins to chew on this nail, and very quickly you see the nail just gone as it
Oh wow.
and just at that point
Like that.
it just scrambles up the side of the crate, and as it peeks its head over towards you, Gerald, all of you see the form just appear of this insectoid armadillo with like the snub face, but very insectoid face where the lower jaw can just break open, and it's like little pinprick eyes just staring at you, Aaron.
I think he knows it was you. Good.
Insects from the desert. They eat metal. I've heard of these before.
And Gerald, at that point, you see the small old creature look up to you, and you see its eyes go wide slightly, staring right at your face.
Do you want more, little guy?
And it just leaps forward onto your face, and it's going to very low. It's going to try and bite, but that was a 8 to hit. It tries to bite at you, and the thing,
let's grab it.
all three of you notice as it's just trying to just bite at is Gerald's eye. As you just hold it at bay, and it is about, I'd say, in total length, except for the tail, it's only about 1.5 feet in length and about yay tall, 10 inches or so.
Okay, no. Whoa, no! Get on! Come on, guys! I'll help you!
And
I guess I'll grab the crate, the empty crate, and offer it up to chuck it in. And
I'll try just throw it in.
Tell Finn to grab the lid.
You just, and you see it. And then it just looks up at you from the bottom of the crate, Aaron.
If I just pick up a gold coin from the floor and throw it into the crate, does it go for that?
You throw and instantly.
Okay, well that's eating. I'll get the lid of the crate and put it on top.
It is just snacking and chewing and inhaling.
Put my foot on top of the crate.
Yeah, as you
to hold it in.
Put the lid and you just bring your knee up and just plant your foot on top of the crate. And at that point, you do just hear the creature just go silent again.
Waste of a gold coin. If that thing gets out again, I'll kill it.
Go on. It just has a interesting diet. We've all been there.
Weirdest thing I've eaten's a rock.
Right. Anyways, whilst that sort of, I'm just going to grab one of the other crates and just put that on top so that Aaron doesn't have to be on top of it. Right. I suppose, since you guys helped find the key, how about you have first pick of the items?
I'm very generous of you. I'll have this. I want to pick up the wand.
Okay.
One.
You said one of them was a box with sand and beeswax.
Yeah.
And given that I've got the itinerary, can I tell from that list what that thing is?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
No. You can tell it's definitely something unique and not found anywhere. But it's made of beeswax covered in moss and plant life.
I think I'm the most attracted to that because it's naturey.
Okay.
So I'll take that one.
Okay. Gerald, what are you taking as your first dibs?
Well, I'd like to look into the bag and just see if it contains anything there.
Into the belt pouch.
Belt pouch thing, sorry. I'll change that.
You open it, and there's nothing inside.
Excellent. Tip it upside down.
You tip it upside down, and nothing comes out.
Interesting. Lastly, I will tentatively put my hand inside of it.
You put your hand inside, and you instantly feel, as you put your hand inside, you don't feel much of anything. You feel maybe a little bit warmer with your hand in the belt pouch, but at that point, as you feel like your hands are reaching the bottom of the pouch, and you feel solid bottom of the pouch, on the tip of your tongue, you begin to taste things. you begin to think of all of the gorgeous food that you've ever had, the tastiest mouthfuls, and all of those flavors that you continue to think about just begin to dance on your tongue.
Oh, that's interesting. Thinking about what's it called? Some fresh warm bread. As that sort of taste is ready for it, I'll pull my hand out.
You pull your hand out and the tastes instantly go, and there's nothing in your hand.
Okay. Well, that's
Back of taste.
I think for the moment, I shall just take the dice as my general thing that I want to keep there. Then I'm going to put the rest of the stuff into my handy sack of the handy hay sack.
Yes, okay.
Apart from the cannon, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you do notice when you look closer at the cannon. Can you roll either investigation or arcana?
Damn it.
Okay, we'll go investigation.
Theron's best traits, why?
17.
17, okay. You do notice on the underside of the cannon, just at the far back and bottom of the frame, you notice a small yellow button.
Ooh, I'm gonna press it. That's gotta be pressed.
You press it, and you begin to all hear as the glyphs begin to light up around the cannon.
I'm going to be backing off as this is lighting up.
As the whirring continues to get louder and louder. And right at the precipice, you see the back of the cannon just like open. And at that point, the whole cannon just you see the whole construct of the cannon has reduced itself, and as you pick it up, you see it's pretty much like a spyglass with a lid.
Well, this
Same stone design, same runes,
Just very small.
but it's now about yay long, or well, can extend to about that long, with
Still
a pane
still
of
weighs the
glass on either
same.
end. Yeah.
well, this is going on the ship.
Yeah.
All right. So as all of you, as all this happens, going through different items and allocating them to whoever, Theron, whilst the others are busy with looting the now unlocked vault,
Damn it.
what would you like
Yeah.
to do?
Is there any guards in this city? Because, like, they're few and far between.
As you're walking past, you do see one guard who is pretty much stripped of all clothing except for that breastplate, just tied up to the jobs board and just gently.
Yeah, I don't care about him.
And you continue on past.
yeah.
Before you do catch a couple of the town's
I want
guards
somebody
that are
of
still
some
around.
use.
You see a couple human men that are like sitting on one of the smaller city walls of the market bazaar, and you just see them just like looking at coins and like trading different ones, and very bored and not much is going on.
Hey, guys.
What?
Can you gather all the guards?
Why?
Because I'm Theron Lustafson, and my dad's dead. And I'm going to reform this town.
And you see the other guy, the one who answered you is this sort of older figure, a little bit of a grey beard that pushes out forward, slightly balding on top, whilst the other one is a younger brown-haired guy, pretty much like a Friar Tuck bowl cut, but a little bit of like a big nose and a sort of thin jaw. And as you say that, he just goes,
Wait, do you mean the Lord, the traitor?
the one that was a small child. Yeah. A lot's happened.
Not you. Your dad. So, what, he's dead?
He is indeed.
Okay. So what makes you think that we're going to follow you when really, I mean, let's face it, you're just a son of a traitor.
Well,
Walk on, little lord.
Oh, I'm just going to slap him.
Roll an attack, unarmed strike for me.
How'd you do on arm strikes now?
Just D20 plus your
I'm a
strength.
mage for good, damn it. What was it? Oh, 12.
Okay, yeah. You, just as soon as he says that, very quickly, just a flash, you backhand, almost like full anime style, it just stuns everyone as you...
And as I do it, I'll prepare firebolt. And I'll just be like, listen.
The fuck do you think you are?
And he just pulls out a sword.
Ah, fuck's sake.
Do you want to do this, little lord, or do you want to run off to your little castle?
I'll just like thingy the firebolt away. I'll just be like, where's Frilly?
Walk on, pussy.
You know what? I haven't got time for this. I'll just carry on. Is it like a valve that alerts all guards anywhere?
Yes, at the top of the keep.
Yeah, I'll go there,
Okay.
and I'll start trying to ring the bell with my meager strength.
I'll say once you get up there, you notice there is a contraption that has been made that will just pull the rope and release slightly and then pull it again. Yeah. So you do
He goes up with it.
But after a few moments, as the large bell just swings and just begins emanating this large bell sound, you look out of the small windows at the top and you begin to see a few, well, I'd say a solid like 30 guards begin to line up and all group together just outside the keep.
Welcome, guys. Come in.
Are you shouting that
It's
from
like-
the very top, or are you coming down and greeting them?
Yeah, I suppose I'll come down and greet them
All right.
if I have to.
So they all just wait patiently. You see them all at attention. Just
Is there somewhere where I can still be higher up than him?
probably.
Show power,
Probably the small balcony just above the main doors.
Yeah. I'll do that then.
The
Then
sort of
at least
Juliet
I've still
balcony.
got some distance for
Yeah.
going invisible and do one if I have
Okay.
to. Is Frilly there? Is Frilly not there?
You notice Frilly is right at the front, like holding his sword, like this dug into the ground,
I just nod at him,
and he nods to you.
and I'll just be like, "Welcome. I, Theron Losdassen, condemn the ills of my late tyrant father, and I want to set this place straight. I want to set up a council and get things right."
You see just a half ogre in the back.
Who's he?
And you see Captain Frilly as the small gnome, or the small halfling that he is, like sort of twists his head to the back.
Okay, be quiet now. The new lord is talking, so just give us a second.
And you hear the half ogre just reply quickly.
I don't want to wait, it's boring.
And you hear the small halfling.
I said give me a second or you don't get any lunch.
And instantly you see that half ogre just.
Oh, do we have to do this speech? I don't want to.
That's okay. You just round off if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So, tell me the general sort of like bullet points that you're making, and then we'll give you a roll to make.
Basically, I'm just going on about like setting up a council, bringing in the most knowledgeable minds, and just basically setting up a council for the people.
Okay. Roll a. Depending on how you want the speech to be, persuasion or intimidation.
I think they're both equally shit.
So use whichever you want. And I'll say because you are above all of them and you've called them all together, I'll say with advantage as well.
I'll do persuasion because I don't want to be a tyrant like my father, unless it's called for. You know what I mean? Well, my first one was 10 plus 1.
Yeah.
And the second one was a natural 20, so 21.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Awesome. You see.
I looked at it. I had to look at it again because I thought it was 10 again. I was like.
You see everyone's faces light up with smiles and beginning to nod in agreement. You hear a chatter form, mainly just going back and forth about how exciting it is. And then you see just 2 other guards just come and tag along onto the side, and amongst all the chatter and just back and forth and excited smiles, you hear that one guard, one of the 2 who's just joined on.
Don't listen to him, he just slapped me earlier.
And you look at all the guards turn to that one and then back up at you. And you then hear that guard.
As I'm explaining stuff, I'm still doing the speech, but I just like flip him specifically the bird, and just carry on like doing the speech.
And you see him take his helmet off and take his breastplate off and just throw them to the ground.
Yeah, whatever.
And he just begins to walk away. And right at the end of your speech, as everyone seems to be in agreement, you've heard no outcries of defiance. You hear, you see that half ogre way at the back of these now about 25 or so guards. A few did flutter off, and you see a couple are still partly taking their breastplates off and their helms and throwing them down and leaving.
And while I'm doing this speech, I'm just going to explain what's actually happened, and how 20-30 years have gone past, and we should send riders out to confirm and bring back that information to make sure I'm telling the truth.
All right. You begin to see 5 different riders begin to gather a horse each, and you see Captain Philly taking on one horse. After the speech, you see Captain Philly just looks up at you.
My lord, how long shall we take?
Well, what do you mean?
Any number of days until we come back with empty-handed.
Just do what you think's best. It's mainly for gathering information and just telling the various towns that Geralt's back.
Very well, my lord. Men, come on!
And with quick whips of the reins, you hear 5 horses just begin to and just hurl out towards the exit of Geralt. You do see a few of the other guards have now gone back to their duties and their watches, but you see a couple are still standing around, and you see that half ogre is just holding up their hand and looking up at you.
Yes, you, young sir.
I'm not
You
a
handsome devil,
sir.
you.
Did you call me sir?
Yeah.
I'm a girl.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. My mistake. Either way, you're still beautiful to me.
Roll a persuasion check for me. Or deception, relevant.
9 + 1.
Okay. Alright, she got 9. So you just see her like if a half ogre could blush, she would. You notice like the sort of the greying like black hair all tied up, scraggly and greasy, but
I'll just do this with my hair and just like.
And you just see it.
I wanted to know, can I be on the council?
Well, I was thinking about putting it to a vote.
I vote me.
Well,
and you hear a couple of the other guards. I vote her as well.
Yeah, me too. She's our girl.
Yeah, but what are you voting on? We haven't sorted out just yet the roles.
Did you not just fucking hear? She wants to be on a council. You said it's a vote. It's a vote. Get her on the council.
Sound, she can be on the fucking council.
Yeah! You see all the 7 guards remaining cheer, and you see the half Goliath lady.
Should I get in?
And you just see one of the other guards just nodding and patting on the fucking gargantuan back. And she just looks back at you.
And I'll just wink at her.
And she just cheers as you wink. Is there anything more you want to do, Theon, after you have sent the riders out now, and they are hurtling out of Geralf?
No, as they do all that, I'll start setting paperwork and the various things that are going to come into place to set up this council. Roddy raw.
All right, no problem. So you do notice the half Goliath woman does approach the keep, but just sits down outside the main doors, as the rest of the guards do continue some lunch or some food, and heads off to continue their own duties or affairs. At that point, the rest of you have made your way away from the vault and find yourselves in the large entrance hall. And you notice, as you're passing through, a small staircase that leads up to an open little balcony. And you hear Theron shouting out to someone very charismatically, and you see him do this hair whip of a pose. And then you hear some cheers before the rabble dissipates. But all of you are kind of just standing there in the entrance hall, looking up at this single balcony, with Theron's back to you as he's presenting to some other people.
I think I'm going to nudge Gerald and say, so is this guy anything like his dad?
Not that I'm aware of. He doesn't seem that cruel. I haven't seen him too many kids. He does have a bit of a problem with telling you the important information parts until it's a bit too late. Otherwise. But then again, we've all got our secrets, right?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think I want to shout Theron.
Go for it.
And say, and how much of the speech did we hear?
I'd say you heard the tail end, kind of summarizing and concluding everything to this is intended to make Geralf what it was, and under my rule will be very different from my father's, and we'll all prosper and rejoice.
Roddy rah rah.
Yeah.
Council run by the people, for the people, except my sister's at the top.
Okay. No, I'm going to leave it there.
Okay. Theon, just as you finish your speech, and you kind of look down at the half-ogre lady who's just sitting at the stairs, you kind of take a breath of relief as you know that speech is done.
Yeah, I've got palpitations.
And you...
I usually try get... They usually attack me by now.
And you turn around as you are... And you turn around to 3 of your allies standing there.
You saw nothing.
As you finish...
Hey guys, how much of that did you fucking hear?
Enough.
Ah, fuck.
Well,
So-
already got peer pressured into putting one person on the council.
Yeah, that can be changed.
She's just your type as well, eh?
Hey, you'd see the one I've left at the ship.
He's very into
Ooh.
balls.
Very into what? Sorry.
Balls.
You can't really say anything, Gerald, can you? Eh?
Well, at least mine don't float and have tentacles coming off them.
They certainly flap about that beak of yours, don't they?
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
So, what are you two doing then? Are you moving on from here, or do you want to come on an adventure with us? By the way, I will preference there is an ancient evil that's going to try to destroy the universe, and I think it's probably going to come after us at some point, or we're going to go after it, or... I just thought I'd warn you.
Hunting evil is what I do best.
I've been here for all of about 15 minutes. I'm a lot richer. I've got this wand. I might stick around.
Hey! Sounds like a plan then. You can always jump off the ship if you don't like it.
This ship of yours, where is it? And what is it?
It's nowhere near here. We'll still have to fucking travel.
There's a point.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go off and get it and bring it here, but...
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah, we
if
can
you wanted
try.
to stop off at other places on the way, different madam.
I'm not really that concerned. I'm going to set up the council, set up the rules. I hate doing paperwork. I'm more of a firebolt to the face kind of person.
Well, you've kind of started this now. You're gonna have to at least see the council established.
I
Just
know.
Give it to the big woman and we'll go.
Well, maybe.
Woman.
Just at that point, Theron, in your head, you feel like this slight pushing sensation in your mind before a voice emanates from in your head. Oi, Wizardcunt. Why the fuck is there a fucking doctor in my home?
Can I reply?
Well, you try.
Does it feel like Sandine's fault or unknown?
Right at the end, you just hear Maddie say, "Get back here and sort this fucking cunt out."
All right.
What was that?
Gerald, you know Maddie?
What?
He's
He's just the guy that we sort of paid to help us.
Yeah, he's asking us go back because there's some can't say it. Damn it.
Apothecary.
That's the one. Every time.
I know.
Yeah, he's saying he wants him out and he needs us there. I don't know why he can't just shove him out himself. Like, however, if Pop Pops is there, at least we can go. Shit, tell him what happened to Rayloff.
That's a point.
Unless Maddie's already fucking told him, or he's overheard us.
Possibly. You guys go ahead. I'll catch up just momentarily.
And I give Gerald the most like intense stare. Like, I know you're going to do something fucking dodgy. That's why you want me go. Kind of Luke.
Yeah.
And in his head, he'll just hear me just like, I swear to God, if you fuck anything up, I'm going to slap you. I'm going to slap your fucking beak off. And then I'll just walk off. Come on, guys. There's drinks where we're going anyway. I can make you that frostbite fang.
I'm there.
And where's he going?
Probably some dodgy shit that's probably going to have some ramifications later on down the line.
Nonsense. When have I ever caused trouble for you guys?
Yeah, we'll see.
Right.
I've made those two richer.
Oh, you go pay for that house, Finn?
No, I'm
Finn's
not that
very
rich. Yeah. I'm just going to loop shiftily around. Like, who's Finn?
I'll just tap him on the shoulder. Yeah, come on, let's go.
And Aaron and Finn, you follow Theron through Girolf, beginning to head through the main market bazaar. It is dulled down right now and is slowly picking up through the day. Gerald, as they leave, what would you like to do?
Is that just like a desk essentially or something that is in this current room?
In the current room, I mean, there's plenty of tacky furniture around, and one does involve a small coffee table that is so grandiose that, you know, nothing needs to be that grandiose.
Yeah, it's alright. We've just completely shoved everything to the side. That don't matter. We're going to bring out the ink, the parchments, and the will to Girolf onto there.
Oh,
Then...
he's going to say he owns Geralt now.
Even better. So onto this note is going to be written, I, Johann Lassossin, declare that upon my death, that the kingdom, possessions, and all its subjects will now be owned and ruled by Darius Princeton, whose righteous manner and astute judgment will surely lead the city into new and staggering heights. And on the back, I'm also just going to put, plus the Kenku Gerald is also classed as diplomatically immune.
I'm going to fucking kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
So roll a what was it?
A forgery.
Yeah, roll a forgery check. So I think it's Dex with your proficiency bonus, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm on the aneurysm.
Oh. So that's natural 20.
Fucking A.
Plus the Dex of 1 and proficiency 4, that's 25.
Holy shit. Okay, so after forging slightly, or a lot, you look and it is
Rage quit.
Same handwriting, same cadence, same spacing in the words. Absolutely perfect.
Wonderful. I'd then like to, of course, refold this back up. Don't have a particular, I don't have a seal, but of course I can just, I've got some wax anyway, and I'll just seal that a little bit.
Okay.
And then I would like to cast Seeming on myself to appear as, it'll be a foot taller, and sort of a grey, short-haired, older humanoid. I want to look like late 60s if possible on there. But that still stands, you know, like a 6-year-old that carries his age quite well.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's absolutely crippled or not going to die.
Mm.
And that's also got a grey sort of hood and robes coming down.
Nice.
Finally, I will have the invisible mage hand just active by my side, and I wish to go find Darius.
Okay. Well, in that same vein, soon before you set back off in this seeming version of an older humanoid man, Theron and Finn and Aaron, you all continue on through Girolf, and you pass the Market Bazaar. You pass a few people like gambling and throwing dice onto the ground. You see some workmen, and one thing that does catch your eye is this small, scrawny humanoid young man, still about like early 20s or so, but really frail and scrawny. As you see, he is completely naked, except for a huge hulking breastplate, which is easily 2 sizes too large for him.
I kill him. No, I'm joking.
And you see his arms are tied up around the corners of this job board. And here's the one odd thing that stands out: as some people are gathered around him and just like laughing at him or throwing coins at him or throwing like rotten fruit. As you just see him, he's just just like sniffling and whimpering as some people make fun out of him or just continue on past.
I'll let him down.
What, you're going to go over and...
Yeah. I'll just sort of expertly firebolt the back of the where he's tied up to.
Okay, yeah. As you send off 2 firebolts, and just over the crowd, and you see the ropes just break instantly, and he falls onto his knees. And he just like looks towards you, Theron, and very like meekly just begins to rub his wrists and take the bindings off, as people still kind of just like pass by. Hey, fuck you, Darius! They just launch a tomato or like a rotten apple towards him and into the face. And some people do start dispersing, but he is still kind of like just reeling in and waiting till everyone leaves.
I'll just walk past him. Remember this. And I'll carry on walking.
Okay. Thank you.
Pick up some mud and say, "Yeah, Darius."
just as you hear him go, "Thank you," over to Theon, and immediately you just walk past. Yeah, Darius, and just launch like a thick patty of mud. And as he turns to you as you say that, you see his eyes get hopeful before all of his dreams get crushed again, as the mud just and slams into his face, into his eyes. It's in my eyes.
Can I just quickly turn around and pressure-digitate him clean?
Yeah, you turn around and you see all the mud and the dirt and the vegetable juice just gone. Thank you.
That's all right. Just make better choices with your justice. This is what's got you into this.
Okay.
This justice is supposed to be well balanced.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be all the way to the right, you know?
Okay.
All right. I've got to set up this council for the betterment of Girolf. My dad was a fucking tyrant.
Council?
Yeah, ran by the people for the people. How's that for justice?
May I be on the council?
That'll be up to the people. I'm not taking a physical role into it.
Okay.
But you can come along.
And you see Darius like very wimpingly and scrawny like starts reaching around and trying to grab some of his like whatever's left of his clothes, like one boot, some trousers that have been all cut up and like soiled with horse shit. Just trying to collect his gear as you all continue on.
I'll just be like, just go back to the keep and get dressed. You can choose something out of my dad's wardrobe. He doesn't want it. He doesn't need it anymore.
Okay. Thank you. And he like very like shakingly just grabs his things and tries and stands up slightly. And you leave him be as he like begins to stand himself up and steady himself. And you, Theron, continues taking you to the small home of his intent. But just before you get there, Gerald,
Oh.
you are following the party just a few minutes behind, and as you walk through Gerolf and you're heading to that job board that you once saw Darius, you see him near stark naked, just covering himself up with the horse shit covered trousers and the large breastplate that has been pissed on, it's been thrown shit on. It's a massacre. As you see he's weakly just walking through barefoot and bare-legged through Gerolf. It's not a hot day, it is a fairly cool day. It's a nice breeze for all of you, but for him you can tell he's just freezing through the night and back for the morning as you see he's hobbling towards the keep or just past you.
Okay. In which case, I'd like to... He's not looking up or anything, is he? He's
very
keeping
much down and just looking at his feet.
I would like to go... I'd like to sprint and try and reach into the keep and have the doors closed, so when he opens the door, I am there.
Okay. You see him hobbling. Even if you sprint, like half sprint, there's more than enough time before he hobbles up. So you just bolt back, get both doors. You just as you get outside the doors, you do see this half ogre woman, just like sitting there peacefully, just staring at the ground. Looks up at you.
Good evening.
Hello.
Are you new here?
I'm on the council.
Oh, excellent. I'm sure you'll do an excellent job.
Thank you.
Excuse me. And I'm just going to close the doors, obviously.
And you just... After about 5 minutes, is there anything you want to do in the preparation time?
I'm going to pull out a set of just the common clothes and stuff. I have them laid out on a chair next to it. And... Oh, I can get the winter kettle out as well.
Okay.
So I can see... What can I do? Is there anything I have? Sorry, give me 2...
Yeah, sure.
I swear to God, Tyrion's going to kill you, Gerald.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Actually, we'll have to scratch that because I can give him nothing but hot water, essentially.
Okay.
Actually, would I have time to go grab tea to throw into the winter kettle and water in that 5 minutes? Or is that
from the
too
from the
far for
kitchen,
grab?
yeah.
I'd like to just have winter kettle then,
Yeah.
so then I can have that. I'm not going to boil it straight away. I'm just going to have it prepared.
Okay. Yeah. So you got the tea. You got some tea there. You've got the winter kettle ready to go, and just at that point, as one of the large main doors open, and you see Darius just weakly hobbling through, and as soon as he tries to close the door, as soon as he hears any semblance of a slam, you just hear him and just drop to his hands and knees.
Oh, don't collapse, my child. That is not what it is.
Who are you?
Slowly, you have been asking for some guidance, and now I am here.
Dawnbringer, you've heard me.
Take the clothes, child.
Thank you. And he just weakly begins putting on the linen shirt and the trousers. It's so cold at night.
It is, as I then put my hand onto the kettle, and he's just going to, of course, see it boil.
Yeah, the kettle just
Immediately
immediately.
I will pour a cup of tea, and the mage hand is going to grab it and float it towards him.
Oh, by the way, Gerald, you can use prestidigitation to warm him up as well if you want.
I can, but this is much better.
As the cup of tea just floats over to him, and he holds it. Oh, the power of you is incredible. Thank you so much, my God, my Lord, my Dawnbringer.
I come bearing a message. There has been a document that was tried to be removed from existence. I wish to bring it to you so that you may extract proper justice into the city.
The bringer of my own dawn. I don't understand.
This is going to be your task, Darius. You must carry it out well, and I'm going to bring out the forged will and hand it towards him.
What's this? This cannot be true.
And you doubt the words of your lord.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
Oh, yes.
I swear to God, Gerald, you're going to be fried chicken, mate.
+8, so 15.
15, okay. You see him instantly drop to his hands and bowing his head. No, don't bring her. I was not questioning your power. I'm merely surprised.
This is good. Now, you must find a way. You will find a way.
What justice shall I enact, my lord?
You must set these people free. You will make sure that they no longer suffer into this town. As for the ones who have liberated it from the clutches of a time wizard, they are mostly to be left alone. But there are a few.
Oh,
that
yeah,
corrupt.
imagine that.
You know of the ones I speak.
Yes. Yes, my lord.
I see that.
Gerald.
You must live, but justice must be served.
And you see Darius weakly stand up. And you see a glint in his eye. And his brow furrow. Stern and just like before.
Oh, for God's sake.
Very well, my lord. Geralt shall know the hand of our justice.
Excellent.
Welcome, guys, to this guy.
And he bows.
He's so annoying.
He bows profusely to you. Thank you, my lord. Your justice and your will shall be done. Geralt shall know what the Dawnbringer shall bring.
Good. Now go. You must have a lot to do.
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I shall give you patronage. As Darius stands and begins to hobble away straight to the main study and up to the rooms there to get some other clothes and continue on whatever he shall be doing.
Oh, my job here is done.
Being a dick, that's what.
And
I can drop seeming and leave.
yeah, you just
I head towards them.
and you leave, and as you leave the doors, you see that half ogre woman look to you.
Were you in there the whole time?
Well, did you see me enter?
No.
Exactly.
And she just continues staring off into dead space.
I will just walk off and just look at this sort of inquisitively, like, no, she really is just okay.
And you catch up with a party within the home and hovel, but for the rest of you, as you just vaguely poke your heads in to this small home that is, even in the daylight you can tell there's plenty of candles and plenty of people inside. You look inside and you see a lot of humanoid figures of different ilk: Genasi, Goliath, Orc, human, Elvish. You see plenty of an array, and you see them all in grey cloaks with the hoods down, fairly standard garbs and basic sort of blend-in kind of clothes. Nothing grandiose, nothing flourishy, just completely plain. And you see them all just having a decent time and drinking and chatting amongst themselves. And as soon as you poke your heads through, you immediately hear someone go, "Right, fucking silence." And you hear the entirety of all of these creatures just and just go completely silent, and all eyes just look to all three of you. And you see one human man walk through the group between the tables, grabbing a tankard and having a sip, and then just throwing it away. Walking towards all of you, similar grey cloak, but a smaller like jet black goatee and slicked back black hair, sort of like a tanned Caucasian, but always with this constant like dry smirk that is always looking like he knows he's always got one up on you. And he walks through and just opens his arms. "So, wizard cunt."
Hey. Pops.
"Yeah, he's fine."
What did you drag me over here for?
"What did you all find in the vault?"
What did you find in the vault?
"Plenty."
We found a few things. Thanks for leaving some.
"And
Oh no, I wasn't there.
you weren't there?"
I mean, you could just bullshit it and get us.
yeah, and then this is rumble.
You see,
And then use me time magic.
you see this human man look to both of you, Finn and Aaron.
I'm going to nudge Theron and say, "Who's this guy?"
Try not get on his bad side, he'll stab you.
"My name's Matty Mucker, and I'm the one in charge of all these wanderers."
I'm going to pull out the weird box that I got from the vault and just hold it up speechless because I don't know what it is.
I'll just use telepathy on Matty. I'll just be like, we found him in some escape pods from some kind of astral ship that
Right.
slammed straight into Geralt.
Okay.
I think they're a bit concussed.
Right. Well, question for both of you. When you went looking through all the vaults, did you happen to see your message there? Put it across 3 pieces of parchment. Do you remember what
I
it
saw
said?
that one. Yeah,
You
I
saw
that
it, yeah.
one.
You know what that means? It ain't yours, cunt.
I figured that. Yeah, I figured that.
And right there, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode and come back for next week to pick it up from meeting Maddie and the Wanderers.
They get killed straight away
Oh,
by
yeah,
Matty.
yeah. Oh, no, I thought you meant the Wanderers were going to get killed by
Immediately
these two. Yeah. Immediately.
They could do. No.
Okay, I just have to say one. I fucking love you guys. Thank you for playing, or thank you for joining for the main campaign. Just as a welcome, and because you've done awesome so far, I want to give both Aaron and Finn a point of an inspiration point.
Oh, cool.
So whenever you want to, use it for a free reroll for the enemy or for you or for an ally. Completely up to you.
Wait.
But to everyone else who's been watching, thank you very much for sticking around. We hope you've enjoyed the roller coaster of deceit and funsies and speeches. And we look forward to more next time. So with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you again next time.